Hi, I'm Chris Halo, and I am a professional audio engineer in NYC. Been doing this about 20 years. I'm also a sound expert and music curator over at Groover. Right. At Groover, people pitch their tracks to me for me to give my whatever opinion uh, I'm worth to them for it to maybe share it if I really like it. And today's track was pitched to me by the South African band Gothe. Uh, we're going to be listening to the track Midnight to Morning from the EP of the same name. Um, from what I understand, this track was inspired by the passing of Maxi Jazz from the great trip hop band Faithless. You know, whenever I think of the '90s trip hop, it's always Faithless, Hooverphonic, Portishead, Massive Attack. This track that Goth has done can sort of sit right in a very similar family. And enough talking. Let's go ahead and get into the track.
The best stories are told of what happened as the music grew dark. Lights harder and heavier, our eyes are lost in the crowd. We give up hope for a night, pure surrender, as we find what it means to be human, to connect. Happy to die if this is our time. As we drive home, the moments we feel most alone, suddenly quiet. Light rain on our skin, sunrise, rainbow. Look, it's perfect, isn't it? But don't these birds seem so fucking loud? In these moments we remember.
Man, what a feeling. Very nostalgic. It has all the little ear candies that you would expect from that time period. And it's great to sort of hear it again with this fresh and new perspective. I think it has a great space. I can actually relate to the lyrics and vocals, which is hard for me sometimes because I oftentimes will put vocals on an equal level to all the other instruments. Even the most minuscule sample is not more important than the vocals. But this is one of those nice times where I'm listening to the vocals. I'm like, oh man, those are really great too. Good job, man. I love this. Love this.
Every single heartbreak. Maybe this kind stranger will hear my tale. This right here, how the purest of memories are made. Connection. My brother, my sister, I see you. Fellow human, I see you. I see you. I forgive you. I'll say it out loud. Hug. Now tell me, can you forgive yourself? If we sit, I will listen. Your burdens will be forgotten. I promise. Held by many lost arms, wrapped around us tight. Maybe this one will be kinder, gentler this time. Hold on.
Really great transition between sections. The sections sound different. We might have a core note that everything is hovering around, but everything happening around that core note changes up a lot. It's like ADD almost. And it's just one interesting space after another. And the energy, you can tell it's a roller coaster of energy as it should be. Soft and then a little more energy, but we're doing it in more nuanced ways. Really great.
So tight, need to feel my body, my mind are special this time. We know these moments have a tendency to just slip by. Big feelings take hostage our youth, can't handle life's hardest truths. The heartbreak felt when there is no answer at night. We become sages, healers, self-prescribed. The guiltiest of pleasures consumed in the dark. Medicine to keep it all down. Medicine, medicine. We think the ghosts come out to play. At 3 a.m. something crawls. Shadow play. We wake up and cry and breathe and wail. God damn it, we've all been so deceived. Get up, get ready, leave at the stroke of midnight. Fun's just starting, right? Keep going, keep praying, keep over fucking compensating. The greatest memories are made, the greatest tales are told as we break our hearts and heal again. Over and over and over again.
So, one of my thoughts are, as much as I love this mix, I do hear a version where there's a little more what I call energy in some of the music. Um, these little pieces of eye candy and the pads and keyboards, they sound really good, but I imagine there's a version of this song where there's a little more saturation in them, where they're driving that they have to come out, that you're feeling the speaker almost have too much signal coming out of it, but it's not hurting your ears. Um, I guess that's sort of a live thing that you learn. You're mixing, say, monitors or front of house for live. There are some genres where the distortion, the overdriving of the speaker, of the driver, of the array is part of the sound of the song. And I do, if I had been the one mixing this, I probably would have just added a little saturation to the keyboards. And there's this trick that I saw recently where could take a lead vocal and pump it through headphones and then record the headphones version of that vocal track and then mixing that back in sort of underneath, to give that sort of natural saturation, natural frequency difference, you know. Um, I think that would have really sounded interesting here. Her vocals sounded in a great place, and I love what she's doing with the effects. But sometimes I wanted to sound like she's sitting in the room with me, and that's the part I'm missing. Just as a critique of the mix, I love the song as it is. I love the mix as it is. But if I had been in charge of the mix, I would have made it sound like she was sitting in the room with you and singing those words and saying those words directly to you.
This is our time. This is our time. Midnight to morning.
Great detail to mixing those vocal layers. Great detail. That was good. That was a good end. Really enjoy this track. Went and listened to the whole album and became a fan. I love it. I listen to this album actually a lot. At least once a week. I listen to this. Every song is great. So, a link to Midnight to Morning will be in the description. Um, And if you would like me to review your track, you can um, get to me through groover.com, Halo Askew Entertainment. I'll be more than happy to nerd out over your track as well. Thanks a lot. Cheers.